Hey, how you doing, Scorpio? So welcome to another reading on this channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's going on for you guys. So what's going on with the Scorpios, please? Okay, I'm doing a lot of work on myself and I don't want to speak to you. It does say that you could be bullied or feeling like you're being targeted. Some of you guys could be working on something else in your mindset though, or feeling like something could be going on behind the scenes. It could be the fact that you have brought into existence karma with something that you don't quite understand yet. So it says, warning, try and trust the universe that you can move past it. Maybe there's some things you don't understand. Opening up portals is not easy, but closing them is also going to be easier. It says sometimes we have to find out who's doing what to protect you. As Scorpios, we need to see what's going on. So it does say that you guys want to know what's going on too. Like, even if someone's working on your behalf to show you how to close a door or a chapter or even something in the spiritual realm, it's like you need to understand how to open and close those doors so nothing troubles you again. And it says people keep contacting the dead or even contacting spiritual advice, or maybe even spiritualists are contacting demons around your head to practice obia witchcraft, juju, whatever it is that you see fit to work on, your mindset to believe that you know what kind of um situation is happening in regards to maybe black magic, witchcraft, that type of thing, or calling on your ancestors. Using divination in regards to witchcraft is also like prophecy. But it says sometimes people want to pick on your energy, Scorpio, to find out what you know. So be careful right now because the veil is very thin. Somebody wants to work on your mind to find out what you're thinking, what you're seeing, what you know about life and the occult. And your room is about the occult. So it could be that they want to know who you are, but also want to know what's going on in the occult realm, which is a lot to do with scorpionic things that have divination. It has mind reading abilities. It also has things in that world where spiritualists can use spirits, ghosts from the past, maybe ancestors, or even people that talk to people in relation to jinns, and also spirits that have conquered their mindsets in other ways. So there's a lot going on. It says if you're not into that kind of thing and you don't understand it, stay clear of it. Try to warn yourself to keep away from people that are conquering your mind with it or talking to you about it too much, or even trying to bring you in spiritually in a curse or in a spell or in some type of ritual. Yeah, whether it's by accident or on purpose, because there's people right now that are picking on your energy heavily for karma. And it says they've got a lot to do in this realm, but it's not going to affect you if you stay clear on your mind on what you have to do to move past it. Okay, so right now it says God is speaking to those that want to know they can move past it. So if you're one of them people that don't want nothing to do with it or want to know that you can move past it, here's what to do. It says try to listen to your spirit 10 times or more in the week. Okay, try to sit with yourself, meditate, rehearse things in your mind, like try to think of the things that you've heard in your mind. Sometimes you get epiphanies, or even spiritual ancestors sometimes come into your brain and you don't really realize it, but they might come into your dream sometimes. Try to rehearse those things in your mind, like get used to knowing that it's not going to be a part of your world. It's not easy, okay, to just let it go, but knowing that you've heard it and kind of like figure out what is it that they're trying to say to me. With that, now ask God to protect your mind, and ask God to protect your mind in a way that you are healed from it. Don't ask God to not heal you. Ask God to tell you that you are healed from it. Those that are firm believers of God, Christ, and the universe, okay? And it says anytime you can move past these situations, you will see blessings, because it says open open doors are there right now for you. And open doors are going to send you back to a place that you didn't know that you could come out of. It says with that, it's like, you know that you can come out from a place, but you can also go into a place. So God says, well, I've got the key to open the door for you, but I'm going to also give you a spare key so you can open that door and close it anytime you want to, Scorpio. Because it's not fair for me to say, I want to keep the key, and then you have to keep looking for me to answer your prayers, to let the demon go back through the door, or to push it back through the door where it came from. It says you're going to now get the keys and sit in the driver's seat to your destiny, so that you don't have to be hiccuped on the way through karma, drama, and people that are intentionally trying to wind you up or hurt you. So it's like you're going through a spiritual path, even though you don't really care for it, some of you. And some of you that do, it's a blessing, because right now you need answers, and God can't always be there to put you in the driving seat when He's there, or when your spiritual ancestors are there to guide you. So right now you're going through time off in your mind about things, while a preparation is happening for you to have good news. And it says, once you've got these keys to the driving seat, everything is possible for you to have a blessed union with your lover, a blessed union with your love life, a blessed union with your marriages, a blessed union with overall having a good sex life. If some of you guys just keen on the sex side of things, overall knowing that you're in a partnership already is ideal. But if you're not, you're going to have good news building relationships, building better partnerships, knowing that you could get a good partner, and having all of this happen to you by August. It says August is going to be a time where you'll see clearly about things that you held on to or let go of, but in a way that it's going to be better for you. And then the reason why it had to go on the way it went on for you individually, as individuals, it will make itself known in October. So by August, you'll have everything you need. By October, you will realize why you've got all these assets, all these tools, all these things going on for you in the way you've asked God to give it to you individually, and seen why it makes sense for you, including the crap that you may have to go through right now and endure. Because there could be a lot of you still holding on to negative drama, or people that want to give it to you, or ancestors that want to harm you, or even physical people that are around you trying to give you jip, give you problems, give you murder on the brain to try and solve something or to come out of something. It says only you will see fit in your mind about things in the next 2 weeks to a month. So watch out for things that are going to happen in a blessed way. And then try to warn yourself, if June is not going to be the personal prayer time for you to see that you've got better news, because things could come about in June and scare you. Just be careful. FYI, it's not going to come out, on purpose, but it still could, with people that are still ready to target your spirit for war. And it says some of you guys know who these people are. They're ready to target you for war, mentally speaking, verbally speaking, physically, or even spiritually, or even emotionally for some of you guys. Just watch that space for what's going on, and try to ignore it as much as you can, if you can. But if you can't, try and fight it off with spiritual gifts that you've been given along the way. Even if that's going church, even if that's praying with your family members, even if that's I'm lighting a candle today, I'm burning some incense, I'm washing off my doorstep, I'm cleansing my home, I'm using feng shui, I'm using divination, but in a way so I can understand things and a route to take out of the problem from whatever guides are telling me what to do. And also from anything that you feel deemed necessary in your culture, in your spirit, in your religion. Okay? So these are the things that are being brought to you from the higher ups, and the hierarchies in heaven that want to tell you things. And it says spiritual gifts are coming to you from that realm, from heavenly realm. Okay, from the heavenly realm down to you and your spiritual attackers, or even your ancestors, because some of you guys are going through ancestral attacks. You may not realize it, or you may know it, but some of you guys are going through ancestral attacks. Okay. It says warning signs are there for you to plead mercy on your mindset about people that don't give a shit. Excuse my language, Scorpio. SHIT, about the situation. This woman, it says there's a woman around you, whether she's a mum or a personal traitor of yours, like she knows you for whatever reason, she knows you. She decided to put a hex on you, or even to curse you. Like, even if it's just, oh, I pray this woman will get bad news, I pray this man will get bad news, and sits and watches it to see if it's going to manifest. She's going to go down in the next warring day. And it says warring day because she's fighting. It says she's warring to not go down. So if you ask for God to make her go down right now, I pray she goes down. so she can get justice for the bad news that she's asked for in my life, in her own. Prayers can go down for her right now. It says blessings could come to her not, but prayers for her to go down are going to be blessed for you, because you will now see that you have moved past her demonic outcome today. She's holding on to you through a spiritual problem, that you may not get a job, that you may not get good news with your work life. Anyhow, you're in a job right now and it's suffering. It's because of her. And it says she wants to know that it's going to be that way, that your job is suffering, or even anything you're doing with your studies, it's suffering. And it says anything that you could be doing in your life overall to make sure your life is good, successful, anything. It says she wants to know you are suffering. So this woman could go down today with God. Okay. So I pray that Jesus loves you, Scorpio, through the mindset of many people that want to know this. Okay. It says there's a pastor or a priest that doesn't want to know that you are in a bad way, or even someone in your bloodline that doesn't want to know that you're in a bad way. It could be anyone, anywhere, anyway. Even if you don't go to church, it could be someone in your realm that cares about you, that wants to know that you are never going to go down in a bad way. And it says justice is served today with this woman going down, because she is definitely going to give herself bad news in the next 2 weeks. So it says karma comes to her. So just pray today that bad news comes to this woman, and don't worry about whether or not you like it. Just do it. Okay? So prayers out to this woman today for bad news to happen to her, because she's not worth it. All right? No wonder you sleep well at night. It says this man says he don't know how to communicate with you, but he doesn't want to come to you today about things that he says he wants to prepare for you in the next week or two. There is karma with you and a frenemy, but it says not to worry about that right now. We need to see past things and see good news come to you, because there is a friend that could be a better friend to you, and then there's a frenemy that is not good for you at all, Scorpio. You need to let that woman or man go. Okay, don't hold on to their energy for nothing. Okay, don't even pretend to be their friend if you feel like we're not really friends. I just know them from work or from a place that I visit from time to time to do whatever it is that I need to do. Okay, I have to call in somewhere, or I have to go somewhere once in a while. I might see them, or I show up in this shop, or maybe it's a hotel, or maybe it's a situation on a bus, and I keep bumping into someone, or even on the travels on my train journey, whatever it is. It says you might say hello to them once in a while. Don't talk to them that day that you see them again. And anytime you see them any day, ignore them. And furthermore, pray for them to go down with bad news, bad karma. Okay? So it says you've got to understand why you're not going to see people. Give yourself good news all day, every day. Sometimes karma comes. But it says it's not going to be this week, Scorpio. No, no, no. Because there's things that are aligning with you to have better outcomes. Okay? So right now it says you've got to see yourself for who you are, though. Giving out information to yourself about things that you wouldn't want to say, but then you realize something's broken anyway. There's a break today, or there's a break up. Like something's broken, or it's broken down. And you said, I will be loyal to this thing breaking down if it needs to be broken down. However, I wouldn't want to know that I'm going to break it down completely. I just want to know, is it loyal to me in my way of breaking it down? Or should I pick up pace and move forward and see if it's still alive? It could even be a person or a situation or a thing. It just says something that needs to be broken down could have already broken down. There's information that's sent to it that needs to break down. This could even be a system. It could be a project. It could be a curse. It could be a problem with a person. It could be an adult situation or a child situation. It could be anything. All right. But it says something here that you needed to break off is broken down. So you've broke down something today, giving yourself better news by breaking this thing down, because it's not going to be worth holding on to. It's a lie. It's like it wants to push its way into your life as a lie. It wants to give you good news and bad news, but everything that it says in relation to how it maneuvers around you, in your atmosphere, in your world, it's a lie. It's not going to help you with anything that you want. And it says, open the door to success. Today, you've got good news. Something about your mindset keeps hearing things or believing that you'll get good news. It says, try to warn yourself that it's not going to be bad news all the time. So even if you hear a good outcome play out in your head, or hear somebody saying something to you and you don't know why that is, like you can hear whispers, or you can feel a vibe, or even sense something that keeps reminding you of a good outcome. It says, try to warn yourself that you're not going to have this good outcome until you see it. So don't believe everything that you hear until you know it in yourself on why it's happening. It says it's too good to be true for some of you guys as well. So don't believe everything that the angel guides are even saying to you right now, because some of you guys are working with the demons in the angel room and you didn't even know that. Okay, there is good guys and there's bad guys, even in the demon angel room. Okay, and it says demon angel room because them demons are angels, and sometimes angels can be demons. Okay, but you have to understand what is going on for you. So make things work out in your favor. Try and open the door to success and see blessings come in your physical in a way that you've seen karma work out for a good reason. It says you might play out something in your life this week, this weekend, or next week. It could bring you a triumph in your life overall. Like you've broke through into something amazing. You've done something that's going to give you good news overall. And it says anytime you see yourself in a better way, it's better for you to have that good news play out in your life. You could have very good news with something that you're working on, and maybe even seeing that it's going to work for you. So keep going in that direction, because something is going to work out in your favor today or this week, or even over the weekend, whether it's this weekend or next weekend. It's just going to come in. And it says it's not going to be easy to solve, but it brings you like a lightheartedness, like a joy. It brings you some type of gratitude that things are going to work out, or it's even giving you hope or believe that it's going to work out, through karma, of course, because divination sometimes is there where you're like believing in something and you don't know what's happening until it happens. But just try and warn yourself that blessings could come. Pray to God on this. Ask God to really give you good news about it. Ask Him that it will solve your problems in some way if it's there for that. Like, ask God to please bless me with the ideas that you are bringing to my existence, oh Lord, because I know that you're going to give me good news from this in a way that it's going to either punish my mind, or give me bad news, or give me good news, or give me a outstanding promise of great news. Like something's gonna bust in a good way or a bad way, but you have to see what it is first. And it says it's not nice when you have to sit down and wonder who's playing you, because it could go good or bad. Okay, or who's being righteous to you, because you don't know how far it's gonna go into righteousness. But it says a blessing is only a fortune to you in your mindset, or it could be a blessing to a fool, where the fool thought, oh yeah, it was going to be great, but it's not actually going to be great. So just allow time and space to pass and see what happens. Pray on it for clarity so you can get good news. Ask your spiritual guides to give you that if you know that you can trust them right now, or wait for the next year to show you that things have already clarified everything, because it says it's not going to be easy to look at things all the time when it comes to even readings or even charity given situations where you feel like something could be offered to you through a spiritual blessing, because right now it's so hazy. Even in the spiritual realm, it's so hazy. Not everything is going to be clear to you, but you can watch this space to get answers once in a while. You just have to allow yourself to believe, is it going to work in my favor? Okay. It says everything right now is working just the way it needs to. It says, you had jobs to do in your head. It says, anytime I want to give you a job, you realize you're not going to have a good one. And it says, this person believes that they're not going to give you a good job in your head today, because you messed up or you didn't do something right. You should have changed the outcome of a situation. But you see, the thing is, no one's going to keep you low, under, and out, Scorpio. You know why? Because God has opened its doors for you today. And it says, God knows I am taking in sinners. I'm taking in sinners. I don't want to hear that people are nasty to you, Scorpio. So any of you that are going through nasty venom today with people out there that want to be nasty to you, you've got me to answer to, is what God is telling you to speak about to them. Okay? God is going to make sure God opens the doors for you and speaks blessings into your life and into your clarity and into giving you good news overall. There's special gifts for Scorpio today to get clarity and justice for certain things that they've been going through overall and over time. So don't worry about it, Scorpio. So it says only 1 week at a time you're gonna see negative news. Like it's gonna move out of your lifestyle. It's gonna go away. It's not gonna come back. It's not even gonna make you feel like it has to just keep driving a force away from you. It's just gonna go away. Things are gonna subside away from your mindset. It's going to be looking at people that have done you wrong and wondering, can it use anything of theirs to trouble them away from you? Because they know they've done you wrong, but they're not going to come back and keep repeating the same thing again and again and again, because this is a personal traitor as well. It says you've got about 2 or 3 of them in your room at this time, and it says some of you might even have more. And believe you me, it doesn't say it's going to get any easier for those that have too many, but it says for those of you that have a handful, you're going to get more karma in a way of clarification about how to move past these people and have greater outcomes than you had before with the same problems, because sometimes problems don't go away completely. They might still remain, but you'll be taught how to handle and maneuver past these situations without cursing yourself. It says karma could come to you anyway if you're not careful, so you have to pay attention. But it says you will know how to move past some of these evil, vindictive MFs in a way that you've got better news. And it says, I'm warning you, I may not like you, but I'm going to help you past it. So some of these people are even your enemies that know that they have to stop picking on you to allow you space and room to breathe and have a better outcome in your life through things that they know that they have to pick on in themselves, or else karma comes to them. Ain't that a bitch? Excuse my language again, Scorpio, but ain't that a bitch? It says these people know that they're not allowed to tidy their minds in a way that they could have bad news overall with you. Like, I'm going to clean up my act, but I'm going to make sure you suffer. Yeah, they're not allowed to do that. They have to clean up their minds in a way where they can't make you suffer at all. So that gives you room to maneuver in your life. And it says only when you realize you've done something really a bit too over the top to someone, it might come back and backlash you. After all, you wanted revenge with someone, Scorpio, and it may have gone too far or too deep. However, it says it's not going to be easy to clarify why you did it at the time that you did it, other than the fact that you wanted revenge for whatever it is that they did to you. Now, you could have saw red, or you could have saw murder in your head for this person. But the truth is, you're not going to communicate too much of a bad thing to your head, and you may not want to go too far. For those of you that know, you just have to stay cool in the mind, or else you're going to bring yourself too much drama, karma, and bad news. So it says you've got to have blessings today, Scorpio, from which way things could go, and maybe even things that you may not want to target in your mind anymore either could go in another direction. So try to warn yourself that better outcomes are going to come to you, and sometimes they're not going to be as cute as you would like them to be, but they will be better off for you in a way that you can control them. You've got better control over a situation because you don't have so much of a headache to deal with. Okay? So, and then it says, by the end of next week, Scorpio, you may not realize it, but you've troubled your mind away from a situation to the point where you don't need to see any bad news at all. You may look at things like, bloody hell, I've had tower after tower. I've had mistake after mistake. I've had problem after problem. I've had people targeting me after target after target. And it says some of you guys are really going through the works with this. But it says some of you guys will get yourself out of it really fast, or even have a team of people on your side to make sure you've got good news overall, so you don't have to even witness it. You don't have to see it. You don't have to come to it. You don't have to bother yourself with it. You don't have to drug yourself over it, because some of you guys may drink heavily, smoke heavily, or take alcohol in a way that you substance abuse. You know, like it's not even that you drink heavily. You are drunk constantly. You know, some of you guys may take you guys might take drugs, I can't even pronounce the bloody word right now. Yeah, you guys might take drugs, the bad kind, okay, not the kind that the doctor's prescribing you, because you might take that, you know, in a humble way, but you're taking the recreation. I can't even pronounce the word. I don't know what's the matter with me today. You can't take those ones too much either for some of you guys, but some of you guys are really overdoing it. Okay. So it says all this time you will realize that warning yourself to have better news in your mindset is not always there. It says some of you are stumbling with your mindset and over things in your head, maybe even creating scenarios up in your mind at times. But it says you're not going to do this forever. People have been guiding you in the wrong way for a long time, and you've asked Spirit to drag me out of these people's heads. You've asked God to drag you away from the problem. Yeah. You've asked good news to come to your life. You're not going to allow anything else to worry you or mistakenly put enemies into your life again. So waiting for a good outcome is one thing, but making sure you do the work is another thing. Calling on your spiritual guides is one thing, but also, have you been using your brain to work on things that you know is true to you? Ideally, if you know that you've got good news overall with your mindset, what are you doing in the same problem that you was in last year? Try to look at what it is that you done last year that you're doing again this year that could cause another problem again for you. Okay? So just be careful of that. And make sure you're not trying to feed into problems with lies. Like, I'm lying about something. I'm not being too honest about it. Maybe I'm being honest, but I'm not going to see myself like in the same problem, but then I'm doing the same things again. And some of you can cope and some of you can't cope. So just try and figure out what it is. It may come to you. Maybe you don't realize it. Maybe you're too overwhelmed with chores, things that you've got to do. But it just says, just be careful about what you're doing. Okay. And then it says, nope, I'm trying to wish these things on you. So remember that. You've still got people, even parties of people, trying to wish negative outcomes on you. So you got to blast these people out of your life. And you will be giving them tools, Scorpio. So don't worry. Them tools are heading your way. After all, it says November, you will have everything you need by the time it's your birthday. You're going to have everything you need to get rid of everybody that doesn't deserve a place in your life, or to eat at your table, or to be in your mind, or to try and punish you. Because they will no longer be allowed to punish you. They will be gone. Okay? All right. And it says, anytime you hear the word cornucopia, there's a man here that wants to play a role in your head. Either way, if he wants to know that he's giving you good news, he'll give you good news. But if he doesn't, he ain't going to. So try to ignore him if you can, because it says he does divination work and he sees blessings coming your way. Hence why he could be saying this cornucopia. It says if you don't hear it, don't worry about it. But for those of you that keep hearing that word or something similar, like you're going to be given some thanksgivings or some blessings or something, but it keeps repeating in a word, like a specific word. It says try to ignore this, because this man is watching you way too hard and waiting for your downfall. But it says it's not going to be easy to see when you're going to give yourself good news, because you might give yourself good news in a year that you have better news than other years. Or you might give yourself good news today or tomorrow or anytime, not on the day that he's predicting for you to have better news. He may be sitting down and waiting for a gift to be given to him, but it's not coming. He has to allow himself to move on and unfold in other ways. So it says, Scorpio, try to warn yourself that you're not going to have bad news. Make sure you look good, feel good, go out, get dressed, have fun. And realize if there's some targets holding you back spiritually and you can feel spiritual attack or anything, try to ignore it and just go about your day. Karma will come to this person eventually. But it says only when you feel like you've gone and looked into things in a blessed way, things that you could feel like it could have a better outcome if I look at it in my true version of myself or through my eyes or through things that I'm doing. It's better than to listen to the spirit that is telling me bad news about something, because it's not always going to be a bad outcome. Sometimes you might feel the vibe before you get there. It says karma is with that right now, because someone is preying on you to have bad moments, bad outcomes, and is warning you that they're going to be there forever. It says they're never going to be there forever, Scorpio. They've got to die at some point, or they've got to end things at some point, or be challenged away from you at some point. But Scorpio, you will have better outcomes in your days and your weeks ahead. Good times are coming. And well done for trying to channel your own vibes this week, because it says some of you are really pushing towards having better experiences with your mind, and you will not allow anyone to punish you or get in your way. So well done to that, Scorpio. Blessings are on its way to you. No one's going to see you in a bad way. So you've got to keep defending yourself and pay attention to good things that are coming. There could be bad things still heading your way too. So protect yourself, guard yourself. But remember always to have a good outcome with your mind. Use your God-given sense and your brains to have good outcomes, and pray your way forward as well. Even if you can't see what's happening yet, just give prayers out there. Project good news into your life existence. Okay, blessings are coming for you, Scorpio. I can see it right now for you in the spiritual realms. It's there, and there's angels and ancestors that do want to know that you have good outcomes, and they can see it. They can see it for you. Okay, so take good care, Scorpios. I will see you soon. Speak to you soon. Take care. Ciao. Bye.